Oh, oh my gosh, my mic has been muted. It's a good thing there's nobody here yet. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to day 30. You did it. We're here. We're at day 30. I hope you're having a good whatever you're having when you see this. Let me go ahead and get shared out to all my different pages, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Buddy. I haven't been live on YouTube. I've only done it on Facebook. So hopefully this is a smooth transition. So because I can't stand the silence coming from me, I had to really think, like, if I was gonna do the whole like cast a circle and all that jazz, and then I also had to think if I wanted to do it outside. And this morning, on my Facebook Memories, my live, because I did a sunrise ritual last year for the Oak King and Holly King. And I had made a comment that it was too cold and I felt a little too old in the bones to be going outside. And it's very much the same here right now. So I I I I I will not be going outside. Sorry, not sorry. Then sorry. Sorry to the one person that's here. Hello to the one person that's here. How are you? Is that me? I always wonder. Like, I'm like, is this me? Is the one person me? Hmm. But hello, if it is one person, hello, give me a moment and I will get to the point of tonight. Okay. All right. So you've made it. You're on day 30. You've got your jar. Okay. And you're probably like, what are we doing with this? Hopefully you can see this. If not, we'll turn on the lights. So I have here, sorry to make you dizzy. I have a bowl. I have a lighter. I have our candle back behind us that we're going to be lighting. And what we're going to be doing is actually very simple. First, do you remember? Do you remember way back at day 1 where I had you be really silly and pound on the ground to kind of connect with the underworld and connect with Hades' energy? Do you remember that? I do. So we're gonna do that again. Oh yeah, yeah we are. We're not gonna cast a circle. We're gonna pound our fists on the ground. Notice I have my hair loose. Yeah, yeah. I'm not wearing all black though. I mean, my dress is black, but it is very Yule It has green and red plaid. Okay, I'm done. Lord Hades, we know that you are at your zenith. You are at your most powerful. We ask that you come in tonight, hear our petition, absorb it back into the earth, make it grow as we grow. And as we give thanks for the end of the year, we want you to take that gratitude and nourish the things on our petition that we are asking for. We ask that you come here this night, sit with us. Thank you, great God and King. Hi. Sorry, not sorry. Candle. I might switch this because I feel like it should be lower because I want you to see what I'm doing. And the stand that I'm in, it can't really get any lower. So I will be right back. I'm going to lay you down for a second so that way I don't make you dizzy. Even though some of you, I might make a little dizzy. Sorry for the Blair Witch moment. Apologies. There's one of those moments where I realize not everybody might get that reference, you know? I guess as they say, it's no longer culturally relevant. For me, it is. Not for everybody, though. I get that. Okay. I like this one a little better, but kind of not really. So stuck here. See what I'm doing. I will get better at this as we go. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to get the other one. I'm so sorry. Oh my. Oh, I don't think I broke. Oh, I hope I didn't break it. Just awful and funny all at the same time. Oh my. Oh, I think I did break it. Son of a bee sting. Oh yeah, no. Totally broke. My bad. Okay, so prop time. We'll make this work. Oh, hi. I apologize. I'm using a plastic apron. But I make it work. And I work as also to hit my pen. Well, good enough. All right, here we are. So I have my bowl, have my candle, set it up to the side here so it doesn't catch fire. Now, I want you to pour the jar into a heat-proof, safe bowl. This is a bowl that I use for all kinds of different magical workings. It's mainly my spiritual bath bowl that I make. So there we go. You've got your dirt. We have our petition. Now, you may, of course, say the things out loud on your petition if that is comfortable for you. If not, it's not. And say that you're in a situation to where you've been following along and you have a petition in your head, and maybe you haven't been able to set things up as I have been able to set them up, and that you've been using the space that I'm holding for yourself. Totally okay. So we're going to safely and securely bring our candle back to the forefront. I am not going to say mine out loud because I'm on live. However, in the private of your own home, you can. I have read them. So we're going to take this and we're going to burn it. We're going to use our candle that we've been with for the past 30 days. And I just realized I'm above my smoke detector. Oh, Lord, sweet Jesus. Yep. Smoke detector. My bad. You wouldn't be a witch if you didn't set up your smoke detector at least once. Sorry. Yes, I'm burning some incense. I'm so sorry. I forgot to open the door. I'm sorry. Good evening. Yes. So, second thought. Should have done it outside. Oh. So now you're going to mix your dirt, your coin, your ash together. I have things to pour it in because we're going to put it back in the jar. We're going to put it back in the jar. And I know this is going to seem a little odd, but you're going to put it back in the jar. And then you're going to take it outside. And you're going to let it sit outside as comfortably and as safely as you can. And then tomorrow evening, I want you to take this dirt somewhere and give it back along with the coin. And that's it. That's our devotional. Now, if you did want to say, do this tonight. Oh, yes. Hi. How are you? How are you? Here. I think we can get back on that. Yes. Hi. Hi. So I told you it wasn't going to be that long. I wasn't going to do something that, oh, there's a rock. I wasn't going to do something that would require a big ritual because there is no record of any rituals being done. There's no record of any temple to Hades at all, anywhere within ancient times. And so within traditional American neo-paganism, oh, yay. Why, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, within traditional American paganism, there's big rituals, there's these big grand rituals, circles are cast, the elements are called in, the gods are called in. It is a very big and lengthy process. I feel that now this may be a different school of thought, but I definitely feel that if you are working with a deity that did not have grandiose ritual and there wasn't that behind it, then why should you feel the need to continue to do that? You know, when we had our devotional to Persephone and we ended that on Samhain, it was a fairly big ritual. We cast a circle, we called in the quarters. We pretty much did what we needed to do. But with Hades, I wanted to keep it simple, keep it sweet. Man, that fire alarm, it always throws me off. It always throws me off. And you would think that after practicing for 15 years and having set off many fire alarms, many, I would have learned my lesson by now. As I said, you can keep this overnight if you want to, but I know for myself, pretty much once I disconnect this live here, I am going to go out and give this jar of earth back to, thank you, thank you. I'm going to give this jar and its contents, as well as the ashes of the petition, back to the earth and allow Hades to absorb it and bring it back into the underworld with him. If you have been following along for all of the 30 days, I really hope that you have found something that you could take away from this, as they say, you know, I think it's more 12-step groups that say this, but take what you like and leave the rest. That's always something that I've really enjoyed. Um, in that saying is yes, take what you love and leave the rest. If you have found yourself in a position to where you did connect with this deity and you would like to start working with said deity, I would definitely continue to move in this vein and in this fashion, because I know that anybody that's going to spend 30 days getting to know something and building a relationship, it it's a lot, it's a lot. And hopefully your relationship with him is just beginning. And you were able to kind of see that he's actually a really, for me, he's always been a very wonderful fatherly figure. And it's always been a very safe feeling for me. And I really hope that that's something that you've been able to connect with. And I even hope that within the underworld, you were able to feel a connection and a safety to really confront some more uglier things. Thank you. Thank you. Um, you found a safe space to confront the more uglier things that we confronted. We confronted fear and we confronted our our darkest parts of ourselves and maybe even some of the mistakes that we made. And we had the opportunity to let those go and even kill the parts of it. And I think that that's always something that should be done or that needs to be done is we put too much taboo on killing the parts of ourselves that maybe need to die. you know um we can't always be the same because that person maybe made some mistakes and maybe that person made some really great decisions. But that's where take what you like and leave the rest comes in, because it really is. And that's really what it's about, is moving forward to our best selves so we can be the best for ourselves, our family, our friends, those around us, our businesses, be better within just all of our communications. And confronting that is always very important. And so I hope that again you were able to find a safe space within the underworld to do that, and that you maybe learned a little bit about yourself as well. I learned, even practicing this for coming up on 16 years, I always learn so much about myself when I do these activities. And so it always makes me very excited. Um, and now we just got to think of the next one to come across. I did though, however, come across some gods that were like, "Yo, are you gonna start working with me or what? Because yeah, hi, I'm here, I matter." And I'm like, "Oh, that's right, you are here. You do matter." And that's that tunnel vision, that we get as practitioners, especially when we do work with different beings. We get in that groove and that comfort with the familiarity, and you know again, building a relationship with a deity is, it can be like building any relationship. It has its ups and downs. You have to get to know a whole new individual and their rules, and the parameters that they work in, and how they manifest and how that impacts your manifestation. Because if you are working with a deity, I want to talk about this for a second. If you're working with a deity, you have your manifestation, but they also have their manifestation in the way that they support your manifestation. And because they have an omnipotence about them and they can see where you can't, sometimes they're going to be like, look, I know you really are trying to do, I know you want this, but I can't work with that right now. And I can't work within those parameters right now. So it's a humbleness that you have to now come into. And it's not always easy. So, again, it's been quite a learning experience for me, and learning what I enjoy about the path that I'm on. And really kind of thinking in terms of how are people going to understand? How would the person, and I hate to use the word beginner because I don't, we're all beginners. And even in my years of practice, I'm still a beginner, and I'm always going to be a beginner. Excuse me, beg your pardon. So it's more about how can I make this applicable for everyone, no matter where they're at in their path. There we go. Whether it be a path that they're just starting out on, or whether it be a path that they've been walking like myself for a really long time. Maybe you've lost the direction too. That's happened. And that sucks. It sucks that that's happened. But being able to get back on track is one of the best feelings ever. Exactly. Exactly. Right? We're all beginners. Like, I don't like the whole beginner, novice, intermediate, advanced, okay, sure. Someone may know a little bit more about candle magic, for example, but I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a beginner on it either. And I don't necessarily know if they're an expert. So it's just, you know, I always feel like we're all beginners. We're all students. There we go. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. We're all students. Always, always, always constantly learning. Um, so yeah, there's another person in here. Hello, thank you. I'm so sorry, but you missed the you missed the ritual portion of it. My smoke detector went off and everything. My poor roommate, she's probably like, oh God, this bitch. This bitch is setting off smoke detectors. Oops, burning stuff. Safely, safely. It was in dirt, in a heat pr- pr- proof container. So it was safe and secure. But again, should have done it outside. Should have known better. But just for next time. I'll freeze my ass off next time, and that's okay. Because I could be like, okay, we're done. I'm coming back inside. But that's it. And it's solstice, and if you're seeing this and you're like, oh my gosh, rah, one of the greatest things about being within a non-Judeo-Christian or Abrahamic faith and religion is that we get 13 whole days to celebrate our big holidays. And in the olden days of the winter solstice and Yule, they would actually go in, and the whole Yule log, it would burn all season. Like they would go and find the biggest, largest tree, and they would chop its ass down, and they would bring it back into the middle of the village, and it would burn. And everyone would gather around it, and they knew that winter was almost over. And it was a series of 12 days that this celebration happened. Saturnalia in Rome. It was a 12-day celebration. So don't let the whole like, oh, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day stress you out. And even if you're pagan or however you identify, you can still technically be like, okay, sure, I'll celebrate Christmas Eve and Christmas Day because you're still celebrating the solstice. You're still celebrating Saturnalia. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And try not to stress out so much. And just remember that no matter what they say, a good majority of these holidays can be traced back to very ancient things that are pre-Abraham and pre-Jesus and all that stuff. So, and even if you like the Jesus and like that stuff, you can too. I'll be going to midnight mass with my dad and his wife. It's actually one of the things I quite enjoy. I do enjoy his church's masses. I like my dad's I like my dad's church, and you know, Father Bill always seems to give a really great sermon, and it's always very timely, and spirit is always there regardless of what spirit that is, and it's usually a message that I am open and willing to receive, and it's a beautiful thing. And then I hang out and eat good food and be with good family. And that's really what it's about. And that's all it should be about. But that being said, we're going to call it a night. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Ooh, yeah. And she was around. You know, that girl was around this 30 days. She showed up quite a few times. Hermes showed up too. He, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right, cool. Do you have to be around? And that's okay too. You know, you may have found a god or two that just rubbed you the wrong fucking way. And you know what? That's okay because it happens and it's still a beautiful thing. Oh yeah. No. That's my girl. She's she's my girl for sure. Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't know. Shifty motherfuckers like that always, you know. Hermes is a shifty motherfucker. Look, I don't mean any offense. Okay, look. I talked shit on Friday night and I've had a whole bunch of electrical problems all this week. So you know what? I'm gonna apologize. Okay. Sometimes my mouth gets the best of me because I am a shit talker. I am my goddess's daughter after all. She's a shit talker. I'm a shit talker. No anything by it. So just don't do stuff to me, okay? stuff got stuff got crazy for me this week. And I'm like, oh, my bad. And that is it. That is it. Right. Yes. Yes. Yes, I have. I do understand. They play. And it's like, okay, all right, all right, all right. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Well, you all have a beautiful rest of the solstice. Have a lovely evening. Thank you for joining me. You will see me tomorrow for the tarot card of the day. And you won't see me on Friday night with Matt because it'll be Christmas Eve and I will be with my family. But thank you, thank you, thank you. You honor me. Merry solstice, blessed Yule, Yule Saturnalia, and all that fun stuff. And have a great night. Mwah. Yes, end broadcast.